In the shadows of the mountains, where the mist whispers secrets for centuries, courage was born that even death could not conquer. Diva Grabovčeva, the legend. In the distant 17th century, the Ottoman Empire was expanding its mighty grasp over Bosnia and Herzegovina, shaping the fates of villages and towns under its strict rule. Beys and captains made decisions that affected every moment of the lives of the conquered. Heavy taxes oppressed the peasants, forced conscription dragged the young into military units, and many suffered torture and violence if they refused to obey orders. People lived in constant fear, yet they simultaneously preserved their faith, honor, and pride. The Bosnians walked upright and firm, ready to defend their freedom and soul, to the very last breath. In this harsh environment, in the valley of Rama, Diva Grabovčeva was born. From early childhood, she displayed determination, bravery, and unwavering moral strength. Her beauty was not merely superficial. Dark hair fell like a shadow across her shoulders. Her eyes were deep and piercing, and her posture was always dignified and upright. Yet her true power lay in her inner courage and devotion to faith. Growing up among mountain villages, she learned to follow forest and rocky paths, hide in crevices of stones, and listen to the whispers of nature, preparing for the dangers life might bring. One day, news of her beauty reached a Turkish bey, a powerful man accustomed to having every desire fulfilled. The bey sent messengers offering wealth, status, and security in his court, expecting his power to be enough to force her submission. But Diva remained steadfast. Her words were clear and firm. I would rather die than betray my faith and honor. The bey's desire soon turned into rage. His entourage pursued her along the mountain paths, relentless and dangerous, seeking the girl who dared refuse power and wealth. The misty Vran mountain became her labyrinth. Every step was tense and perilous. Slippery stones, creaking branches under the weight of the night, and every whisper of the forest could signal the approach of trackers. Her heart pounded. Fear was present. But her determination overcame every moment of dread. Step by step, Diva crossed the ridges, forded rushing streams, and hid in the crevices of rocks. Every breath, every whisper of the pines bore witness to her struggle. In her mind, she kept the stories of her people, the old Bosnians unconquered and proud, who preserved their faith and honor and taught that courage is measured not by the length of life, but by the depth of principle. Finally, the bey found her in the darkest part of the mountain, where the mist sank to the ground. She stood unwavering, eyes shining with resolve, hands clasped in prayer, aware that the end was near. The bey approached slowly, knowing that before him stood more than an ordinary girl. She embodied the courage and moral strength of the people of Rama. You refused my offer, and now you will pay, he said, his voice cold and unyielding. Diva looked him straight in the eyes and with calm in her voice, replied, My life is only valuable as long as I remain faithful to my beliefs. Neither threat, nor power, nor fear will sway me from that. In his rage, the bey drew a sword, its steel gleaming in the moonlight, cold and unyielding. As he approached her, he struck her in the chest, piercing her heart. Diva fell upon the cold stone of the mountain, yet her inner strength, unwavering resolve, and faith remained present in the air, in the mist that settled over the rocks, in the whisper of the pines, and in every stone that remembered her bravery. The drops of her blood remained on the stone, but they were not merely a mark of death. They were a symbol of eternal courage, unconquered spirit, and moral resolve. Her story continued to live among the people, becoming a legend of a woman who was not only beautiful but also unwaveringly brave, a symbol of strength that transcends physical existence. Imagine Vran Mountain at night, shrouded in mist, pines whispering tales of bravery, and a girl walking among the rocks, always dignified, her gaze fixed upon the sky. Her strength was not in weapons, but in resolve and faith. The place where she supposedly fell remained sacred. Grass no longer grows on that stone, and every visitor feels the weight of history and legend. On Vran Mountain lies the grave of Diva Grabovčeva, which has become a pilgrimage site. Young girls especially come to pray for chastity, courage, and the strength to remain true to their convictions. The story of Diva shows how legend can connect past and present, providing a moral and cultural framework that transcends the events themselves. She is not only a tragedy. Diva is a symbol of faith, bravery, and moral steadfastness. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. The next legend awaits.